So, Mr. Prosper,
Yes, boss.
me that we are new building for poultry.
Yeah.
Me pay me there. Means a bit of them do where
Okay.
poultry, but poultry and as why open poultry area bad land na are good for that.
Okay. So normally no, so per lander and like it is not waterlogged. You have to get where it is sandy, as you can see, because when there is water, even after the concrete, you see that sometimes the concrete gets wet. So you see that the litter in the room, no, every time that you have to take it. If you don't take it to give infection towards the beds.
Yes.
So one with all this structure, no, there is a standard to everything we do. The concrete has to be thick because if it's not thick, you know the beds they use their mat, they are big. So and then their legs when they start doing this thing. So before you realize, then they create a hole. So you have to make sure you use good quality, cement, or maybe people professionally, the masons, they have to do it well, and it has to be flat, everything. Because if it's not flat, you can see that the water, normally we wash the room, we wash it before we bring the beds in. So you see that in the washing process, the water will just go and be at one end. You understand? And even when it's a deep litter, then all the manure, it will go and it will heap at one side. Yes. So in constructing the structures, no, you need a level ground.
Okay.
And then before they do the concrete, you have to compact the filling, the sand that they use for the filling. You have to compact it very well so that everything flat. You have to get a flat and level ground. You understand? When it happens that way, it gives more distance to the base. You understand? Let me say in terms of, we have something called crowding. When it's slopey like that, sometimes they rush to one side. But when it's level, I mean, even when you're outside, you can just see through it completely.
Okay, so the walking car will be hard for them.
Yes.
So okay.
Do you get it? So you need one where it's not a water. Yeah, you understand? Waterlogged area, and then you have to use good quality materials. That is one thing I always talk about.
Okay.
Because this business is long-term investments. You understand? Let's say 2 years before you can dispose of the first batch. So if you don't do it well and the best coming before you realize, say, no, I'm going to room. Then you have to go and you ask for a mason to come and do it again. And
Yes,
when they
course.
take it, the wet concrete, they will fall sick. And then you go and buy a lot of dry. If you don't take it, they'll die. So one, make sure in doing this, you do it in such a level. Normally, you can see the block. Normally, we do it 2 or 1.5, 2. Because it has to be down. Fowls need more air. They need ventilation. And security-wise, to sometimes you have to be here and you watch the other end.
Okay.
You understand the thing? So that is why you can see there's a step down from the top to this side.
Okay.
You get it? So there's a whole lot of work that goes here. And then I always believe, say, do the right thing. You understand? So that the building lasts longer. Because if you don't do it that way and you try to use just any cheap materials, you understand? At the end of the day, let's say iron sheet, you don't use the right one. It will even get to 2 to 3 years. We're going to rusty. You understand?
Once we are in Costa Rica there.
Yes, and maybe you are telling yourself, say you want to be in business for maybe 10 years or forever, and you are using some of. So normally I advise, say, if the little you can do, just do it right. If it's the structure, just do it right. You understand? Use the wood. You can see the wood. You can see the woodwork in it. There's a lot of woodwork that has been done here. You understand? And it's a lot of money has gone down here. You understand? Yes. So by the end of the day, we are looking at something that will last. Something that will be durable. We are not looking at maybe just any cheap side or something. When you do it for the person and the person, let's say, mostly for people that are outside, when you do those things with cheap materials and they come like this, at the end of the day, they are going to be upset with you.
Okay, so you said this one is good, but do you have types of beds if I ask for?
Yes. So the best one, it depends on the number you want to take. For example, like this room,
I'm talking about types of
structure.
Yeah.
Yes. You understand? That is, you can do it for deep litter or you can do it for cages.
Okay.
This is this deep litter.
Also, cages is different from this.
Yes,
one.
cages, you need a space inside. Because they are coming to fix the cages. The cages we have each type, there's a lot of types. You understand? So that one, you need a free space for them to come and set the whole cage system in it. You understand? But this is a deep litter. That is why you see that. Because we wanted the building to be strong. Sometimes against wind, storm.
I wish I can bear the 2 twists, but you hear me ask the battery cable one, the floor will be different from this one.
No, the floor is the same thing.
This one
No, ask.
As asked to
yes, the battery cage system, you need a lot of space. You understand? For example, like that one, you don't need a middle like this one.
Okay.
You understand? Even this one, they can still set it in.
Okay.
But battery cage, when the space is inside, for example, like there's no this one, like when we take this one out, they'll put a lot of battery cage here. Do you understand? But this one, because it's a deep litter, do you get it? That is why it is structured this way.
Okay.
You understand? But we can still fix battery cage inside. The cage is something that they fix inside the room. You understand?
Okay.
They don't fix it maybe.
I'm talking about in case of from the physics and stuff, how it can lay.
No, there's a way to do it.
Okay.
You understand? Some the physics with the cages, the physics, the distance, they have a tree that is at the down of every cage where every toilets go there. And then the next day the workers dispose it off.
Okay. So why you just lay 2 blocks for the
that's why I said ventilation.
Okay.
Fowls need a lot of air. They need open space to move. You understand? That is why it is like this. When you raise the block, there's going to be a lot of heat. And this is a 3,000 space for just this side.
Okay.
You understand? So imagine 3,000 beds and their heat. And then maybe the block is not like this. I mean, the heat will worry them.
Because, okay, so
we did everything from the scratch, the grading of the place. And then the masons, I mean, with the foundation, everything. With the carpenters, we did everything. So after that, the plumbers will come in. They'll come and set up the poly tanks and then the pipes inside for the automatic drinkers. Yes, so we have all the professionals, you understand, from the mason to the carpenters, where we get the wood, if only you are in our region. But if you are not in our region, you can get all those items. We have the professionals, we bring them on board, and then they will do it for you. They will do good work.
Okay. So these ideas, what come to your mind before starting this?
I am a poultry farmer, and I've been in this business close to almost 2 decades. From my daddy's time, and then finally taking over, and then also becoming a mentor to people. I think I'm a consultant as a whole. So I realized that people call and then they share their grievances with you that maybe I'm outside or maybe I'm here. I've entrusted this work in someone's hands, this, that. So we came up with the idea because one, the structure is a main thing. You understand? Sometimes the people that you get to even do the structure, they won't do it the right way. So we came out with a system that no, if that is it, then it's a company. Then we have the masons in it, we have the carpenters, you understand? We have the people that brood the best for you. We have people that can train. Personally, I train. I'll train the person.
I think that the first video he says on that.
Yes, I'll train you, and then when the time is up, I'm out. But when you need me for any consultation services, I'll give in. I'll do a checkup. I always come on site to check. It's because I'm in a business, I know what the business needs. You understand? So I'm a poultry farmer. I'm a full-time poultry farmer on my own. Yes. That is it.
So that's okay. So only poultry house that you do, or you do different one?
I do piggery also.
Okay.
Yes.
So only
personally with the piggery structure and then with the poultry.
Okay.
Yes.
So I believe it's not expensive if you are doing something for somebody.
No, it depends on the number of beds the person wants. That is the whole thing. If the person wants 100 beds, the space will be smaller. If the person wants 500.
Okay, before you give us your telephone number, please, any advice for somebody who wants to start a poultry?
Oh, it's a nice job, just that it's time demanding and then it's it's capital intensive. Poultry consumes a lot of money.
Is that time management and once the
no, it's time consuming. Time consuming, as in, if the fowls are something that they lay every day when they start to lay. You understand? There's no day that they will tell you they will eat or they will drink water. So always you have to be on the run. That's why I said it's time consuming. So since you have to be monitoring to avoid theft and other stuff, or to make sure there is good management at your place, then that's why I say you always have to be on site, or you always have to get somebody trusted to be there for you. That is it.
Okay. So please, your telephone number, your location, in case someone wants to contact you for.
Okay, so my phone number is 0540-6699-4.
Location and location.
Location at Winneba and then Aguna Swedro.
As Winneba.